And now to the latest on Pope Francis after he spent another night in the hospital.
And there's been a slow but slight improvement in his health as he does battle pneumonia in both his lungs. Local 10's Jenise Fernandez is live right now. She's in Vatican City with the very latest. What are you hearing today, Jenise?
Well, what we're hearing today, Christy, is that this morning the Pope was able to get up. He had his breakfast and was able to sit again in his armchair and get some light work done. All of this, of course, positive news, but we are waiting for that evening update from the Vatican. It tends to be more detailed in terms of what his prognosis is, but at least as of this morning and as of last night, doctors are still saying his prognosis remains guarded.
It was another restful night for Pope Francis as he now has spent almost 2 weeks at the hospital. The latest bulletin from the Vatican more upbeat than in recent days. This morning, the Vatican says after breakfast, Pope Francis continued his treatment while sitting in his armchair. They say he remains in good spirits. On Wednesday, the results of his CT scan were released. It showed what doctors would expect to see from a lung infection. It hasn't gotten worse, but his prognosis is still guarded, and he is still receiving a high flow of oxygen. Gemelli Hospital, where the Pope is being treated, continuing to become a place for the faithful to pray for Pope Francis. It's a way to feel close to the pontiff, who is beloved by many. Sebastian Padron has built a close relationship with Pope Francis over his love for gelato, the Pope's favorite flavor, dulce de leche.
Dulce clásico argentino, muy parecido a un caramelo.
Both are from Argentina. Padron once got to visit the Pope at the Vatican with his family. That picture hanging at his gelato shop.
Normal, gentil, amable, disponible, buenísima persona.
Padron praising what a good person the Pope is. He, like so many others, hoping his friend can recover soon.
Of course, there are still so many questions remaining as we wait for that update, but it is very notable that Pope Francis has now spent nearly 2 weeks at the hospital. We are now finishing off the end of day 14, and 5 of those days he has been in critical condition. So no doubt we are very much eager to see what the evening update is, to see how Pope Francis is doing, but to hear about those slight further improvements. It may be a slow and steady process, all of that, though, being very positive news for the Pope.
Well, Jenise, we know the Jubilee is still ongoing. Any update on the planned Jubilee events that the Pope was supposed to attend?
Really good question, Alexis. So the Jubilee, which is a holy year, there are events that are going to be going on all throughout the year, but the Vatican did announce that a Jubilee event that was supposed to take place on this Saturday, it has been canceled. So sure, that is a bit of a disappointment for people who traveled this way to experience that celebration. Unfortunately, again, it is canceled. And very notable that next week, next Wednesday, is Ash Wednesday, and then that leads into the Lenten season for Catholics. It is a very important time of the year for them. We don't know yet what the Pope's role will be in all of that. We don't know if events will continue to be canceled, or maybe they'll have another cardinal step in his place. Of course, all of this a bit premature. We have to see how he is doing this evening to see when he will get out of the hospital and potentially continue his duties as pontiff.
All right, lots going on there. Thank you so much for bringing us the very latest. Jenise, we'll check in with you later on this afternoon. And of course, do stay with Local 10 News. Jenise is going to be in Italy throughout the week, providing these live updates on the condition of Pope Francis.